you guys? Today I'm back with another video on Borderlands. But today I'm gonna show you guys best legendary and pearlescent farming methods in 2024. Granted this is some pretty old news, but I thought I might as well do my take on it because yeah. So anyway, when you get up here, you want to be here at the Helios Fallen, and you want to come in through there, right? And then you want to loop all the way through there, all the way up until you get to this point where we're at right now. And honestly, you want to run down there, so you want to complete the main quest or the main story for the Commander Lilith DLC. And when you go down there to that singular fast travel point, you cannot fast travel to that fast travel point, but if you get near there, it will save you, and when you spawn in the next time, it'll automatically spawn you there at that fast travel. And then so you want to come up from the elevator, take your right, and then come down here, you know. And so you just want to kill Uranus, or as it's properly known as, Uranus.
No!
So anyway, this guy will most likely drop you a legendary. There we got the Deliverance first try. Not exactly my favorite one, but I've noticed that he drops the Deliverance quite a bit. I mean, he must have dropped it for me 3 or 4 times last night. And I obviously don't really care for the Deliverance. Actually, when I get paid, so originally I was contemplating if I should go to the strip club or if I should go and just save my money like a responsible adult and not waste my money on women that don't really care about me. But I'm like, it's tempting, but I'm just gonna stay home. I'd much rather go to this Asian massage parlor. They do a really good job of what they do. You know, I'm very tall. I'm 6'1", so you know my back hurts quite a bit from sitting down for prolonged periods of time and slouching. So usually they go over my back pretty well, and I feel better, you know. And so, you know, obviously for me, I just like that feeling of just, you know, loosening out and, you know, feeling more relaxed, feeling more comfortable. So, you know, I'm like, if I wanted to, I could totally go to Walmart and buy a Lego set, because as some people know, I'm a huge Star Wars geek. I love Star Wars. I love the ships and the lore of Star Wars, and so the Lego sets really help. You know, I don't have autism or anything crazy like that, but I do have a lot of ADHD, and as a kid, I loved building Lego sets, and as an adult, I still actually enjoy the hobby. It's actually still fun, and it's to an extent I'd even argue it's still rewarding, even as an adult. So for me, it's perfectly fine. But I understand why some adult males my age probably scoff at the idea, or even to a degree won't participate in it just because of how they feel that they'll be perceived. And you know, honestly, I get that. A lot of women don't really like that type of behavior in men. You know, so I mean, I totally get that. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully find a pretty cool PlayStation 4 controller, and we'll just, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a new PS4 controller. Hopefully we get a cool camouflage one. But you know, I have a gold one, a blue one, and I had a red one. It was red and black, and that's what I liked about it. It was red and black. Back when that was still the color combo. Now it's a red and orange, which I think is just, red and black had such a better color contrast in my opinion when the PS4 was originally released. So it was an older PS4 controller, but You know, it is what it is. Might even be able to get some of my Amazon wish list, kind of, sort of, some of those things I might be able to actually obtain with this paycheck. And still have money on top. Whoa, there we go. Look at that. Confirmed. Look at that. Awesome. And he dropped the legendary. What did he drop? He dropped the Maggie. Holy shit, he dropped a Maggie. Holy shit. Good fucking shit, guys. On stream, he dropped a Storm and a Maggie. Now, a lot of people say the Storm's kind of useless. I don't know, I disagree. I like the Storm. I think that its projectile is pretty neat. But let's look at our new loot we just picked up here, boys. So yeah, we gotta be level 73. Well, we're already like, what, 72? Yeah, we're about to be level 73, so we'll be able to actually fuck around with it. But the Stormfront we got is the Banbury Storm. It does 305,000 damage. It does a large flat damage, but that's not what makes this great. What makes this great is the damage per second, being at 59,953.9 with an electrocute chance of up to 56%, which basically is a guaranteed percent because we have a 100% or 130% on our badass ranks for elemental effect chance. And so since it's that, it's going to basically be a 100% chance to electrocute. So, and I mean, obviously it's going to be a high chance because we're a siren, and the maximum effectiveness of elemental stuff is going to be makes this thing pretty decent. And because phase lock locks an enemy in place, you could literally just snipe the crap out of a one target, and the ball of electricity generated from this thing is pretty sweet. So I was watching a video last night about this guy ranting about the pearlescence, and one of the things that he was ranting about was the Stalker and the Unforgiven, which I thought was funny. But yeah, so the Maggie does only 81,000 damage, but has times 6 projectiles, obviously. So, you know, very powerful gun. I have to say, personally, I think it would be better with 0, and you know, Gunzerker, obviously. But you know, so, I mean, we'll take the Maggie. I mean, it's still a powerful pistol. Just, you know, that's crazy. So he dropped a legendary and a pearl. And I mean, as you guys can see, last night the only pearlescent we had was just the Unforgiven, but now we have the Stalker. We have 2 Bearcats, 1 in the corrosive element, and now we have a Storm. Pretty soon we'll get the Avenger. I'm really wanting to get a Butcher, especially in the corrosive element and fire element. I want to get a Butcher in almost every element, including non-elemental, because, you know, the Butcher is one of the best pearlescents, I want to say, in Borderlands 2. So yeah, this right here, this method is probably the most optimum way to farm things, because this guy is just one big fat loot midget. I mean, he's guaranteed to drop ultra rare items, and he's guaranteed to drop rare items. So if you had your Vault Hunter relic thing get a 5% higher chance, then yeah, it would basically almost confirm that every kill would drop at least a legendary item, or have a large probability of at least spawning a legendary item. You know, obviously in the world, so I mean, even if you don't kill him, the little loot room at the end, you might get something out of there. Because last night I got a gunner ring, a level 73 gunner ring, but I sold it for money because the gunner ring, in my opinion, is kind of useless. I get it, the reload's quirky, and that's the whole gimmick, the whole effect. And I get it has above average TD-door, however you pronounce the gun brand, TD-door. Weapons, I mean, it has above average TD-door stats, because usually they're the crappiest gun company. but their whole gimmick is their fastest reload. And the thing is, you throw the gun and it explodes, and you throw that and it flies around, and then it comes back to you. I actually found that it killed me when upon not 70. It wasn't a 73, my bad. It was like a 71. But every time it would come back to me, it would kill me. And I've had that similar experience, and so to me, it's kind of useless, because why would I want something that could actively endanger me? To me, it was kind of a dumb thing, and you know, we're just chasing this guy with an unkept herald. I mean, you know, obviously there are faster ways to kill this asshole and more effective ways. This is not a double penetrating unkept herald, obviously, but
another clean kill.
There we go. We'll go ahead and we'll put it right there where we wanted it. And so, yeah. Nah, man, let me show you how cool the storm is. This is how to properly use the storm. Those electrical balls are just going to, especially with Ruin. Oh my gosh, dude, with Ruin, it's, oh, dude, look at that. Look how quickly it killed them. If people are saying that this gun is useless, and this gun will kill you, it's just, you don't know, you're not using it the right way, or the way it was intended to be used. Because those electrical balls will just sort of circulate and whatnot. I mean, you know, yeah, the storm, this thing is amazing, in my opinion. Like, in terms of the Pearl snipers, yeah, they're not all that great. Yeah, this could easily be a legendary. I feel like it easily could be a legendary. And I'd have less of an issue with this gun, because if it was easier to acquire, then you kind of couldn't really use that against the weapon. But it's a pearlescent, so it's really fucking hard to acquire. And yeah, pearlescents are pretty fucking rare, man. Like, their drop chances are pretty low. But if you think pearlescents and BL2 are you know, obviously are difficult to acquire, then I just suggest to play Borderlands 1 and hunt for pearls. Because Borderlands 1 is the pearls in that game, for as many as there are, here's the thing, they're fucking hard as shit to get, and they're super fucking rare in Borderlands 1. Way more rare and way more impossible to get than in this. Not impossible, but less likely to get than in this version. But this version, pearls can, to my knowledge, pearls can spawn in any, like, lootable resource. But the chance of them spawning in an item that's more rare than a purple item in, like, say, a locker or skag shit is so rare and unlikely that, that you're most likely not going to get it through standard means. But here's the crazy thing, right? Like, I just joked about skag shit. I got a corrosive bitch from skag shit. I also had a I also got a hellfire from skag shit. I even got a Lyuda from not the Varkage shit, but the Stalker shit. You know, those weird, like, little creatures that turn invisible and shit? You know how they have those things on the walls? I shot one of them and a Lyuda popped out on the PS3. I remember that. That was the first time I got the Lyuda. It was a shock Lyuda, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And, I remember it vividly, because I shot it, I seen a legendary item come out, and I'm like, what the fuck? It was on true Vault Hunter mode, because I didn't have the DLC. I was level 46 at the time. Actually, let's see how this does against him. It's not as effective against him. Well, obviously, and now that's all controller drift right there. All that movement. Ooh, 73. We can actually use the rapid infinity. Personally, I think the Infinity is better when it has an element. Mainly just because you're dealing elemental damage plus DPS on top of all that. So to me, that just makes it way more effective. Okay, so he dropped a Stormfront. Very powerful. Very powerful. Legendary grenade.
Now where was I?
Alright, we got lucky there. Not even gonna bullshit you guys. So we got a Stormfront. Very effective, I like that. It's like the Affliction, but in the shock element. I like that a lot, the Stormfront. It's actually one of my most favorite grenades in the game for a long time. That and the Quasar. And I think the Quasar, I would simply rate it to be better for specific bosses and specific scenarios. Personally, if you're a Zero, you can make the Quasar do work wonders on, what's his face, Hyperius. There's not another legendary, I don't think, inside of there, but we're going to go ahead and loot all this iridium, because he drops a fair amount of iridium, but for the fact you don't have to spawn him in or anything crazy like you do with all the other raid bosses, because he's not a raid boss, he's basically a reskinned Saturn with better loot. Saturn can drop the... He drops the Hive and the Invader, because I currently have... Not the Invader. Wait, this is the Invader? Yeah, it's the Invader. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, so he drops this sniper rifle. But I did not get this sniper rifle from him. The Invader you can get through various means. You can get this from almost every loot source imaginable, as well as almost any other like legendary loot midget will drop the Invader. Like, Invader is a pretty common drop for a legendary, and to be honest with you guys, I actually like the Invader. I like that it's a Hyperion sniper and it's in red. I think, you know, the whole Hyperion weapons in red look really cool. But I like how it's like a fast shooting semi-auto, but I like when you aim down sight it shoots a rapid burst, like it does like a doll effect, right? So it's like a doll sniper where you aim it and it bursts. But obviously it's in the Hyperion, so when you do that it also increases the accuracy. And it just has already ridiculously high accuracy and low recoil. It's such high performance that you know, it's a really cool drop, or you know, a sniper rifle to get, especially as Zero and you score just the right hits while it's bursting like that, or especially in Two Fang and you rapid burst through that shit really quickly and it just does decimative destructive amounts of damage towards one target and you score a lucky critical hit in the process as well. It's just such a nice sniper rifle, but then again there are just snipers that are better for one reason or another. Like for instance, the Godfinger is really good at far range, but mind you, you're shooting enemies at ranges so far away that they can't even target you. So it's just like, the whole gimmick with that is the further you are away, the stronger it is. If it had 3 or more other little bonus effects that made it more useful at close range or just to use as a regular gun, and maybe if it did more damage by default, and just made it to where, you know, it did the full damage at close range, but did even more damage at farther range. Like, it could have been much better, but I understand what they're going for, but the thing with that is the effect's kind of pointless for Borderlands' sake. But I like the Godfinger. I don't think it's a bad sniper. You can use it in certain scenarios, but it's less useful. And it's also non-elemental, so a non-elemental Jacob's weapon, if it were like a slag only thing, like a Slag Jacob's weapon would be kind of an interesting concept that does that same effect, but then again, it's like that's not the case though. You know, if we judge it case by case, then we would find that it's not quite like that, obviously. But yeah, the Uranus is definitely the best way to farm loot, I'm gonna argue, in today's Borderlands. Because the older methods was Pyro Pete dropped a lot. I think he dropped a hail.
First flaw disabled. Grenade outcoming. Activating hatred.
They dropped the legendary Siren class mod. Which the legendary class mod's always good because, you know, I mean, it's overpowered. Two for one handgun. So the gun damage only goes up 1 and the cooldown rate only goes up by 1. But the skills still stay at +5, so you know it's pretty nice. But that cooldown rate is seriously important. As being able to rapidly phase lock is something with the Siren that I really like. There's a fair amount of enemies you can phase lock, and there's obviously a fair amount of enemies you can't. But the thing is, you know, I don't know. The thing with that is, it's just like, if I can spam it on a single target or whatever, then fuck yeah, of course we're gonna just spam the hell out of phase lock, because phase lock's overpowered. But some enemies you can't phase lock, and so because of that, it really limits the ability. But then again, it's like, the thing I like about Siren is there's plenty of ways to regenerate health. There's a lot of survivability. There's a lot of solid defense, and there's a lot of solid offense. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of, you know, aggressive nature in the skill tree. But then again, there's also a decent balance of everything else. So you're not sacrificing survivability for aggression. You're not, you know, like Krieg. With Krieg, you're sacrificing survivability for damage. And the thing about damage is, when you get your rampage going, it's like a small snowball effect, right? Where it starts off small and then you keep rolling it and you get this giant boulder, right? Because once you start small and then you build up a bit, you know, build up your bloodlust a lot, then yeah, you become an unstoppable machine. And by all means, once you have elemental empathy and shit like that, and you're setting yourself on fire and you're going through a rampage, it's like, you know, you're really dishing out a lot of damage, and it becomes really hard to stop the crazy train, you know, because Krieg is the conductor of the poop train. And so the thing is, once he gets started, it's kind of hard to stop him.
Freeze! You're done! My training's paying off!
Oh my god, it dropped up. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Hold on, boys, hold on.
Enough. Farewell!
We got our second pearl today.
Goodbye.
Holy shit, bros. Next thing you know, he's gonna drop an Avenger. Dude, holy shit. Holy shit. Now, some people might be like, oh yeah, it didn't have all the parts I wanted on it. I don't really care about all that. I'm not a purist. It's a ×3. That's always a good thing. I mean, it's a shotgun, so it's gonna have. So yeah, so the butcher itself is gonna be way better than that conference call. Not saying the conference call is bad by no means, but this is gonna be way better. So the electric chair is like an improved Stormfront, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll just keep the Stormfront because he'll drop effervescent weapons and gear more often than not. Let's head up these loot sources for any legendaries or super rare items. Because actually, let me compare and contrast to the conference call. So, actually, the conference call does more damage, but that's only just raw. That's only because it's like a ×5 and the butcher's a ×3. But if you actually look at the damage, the butcher is at like 90,000, and that's at 70,000. But again, if the butcher was like a ×4, I think the damage would be more leveled out anyway. But I mean, you know, still there's only one other feature with the butcher, and that's just the fact that it can generate more magazine. Also, with that being said, it's got a decent slag chance, and it will slag my enemies. Which can do up to ×3 damage, I believe, is when things get slagged. And so if I simply just put the if I simply ran my loadout like this, like almost precisely like this, I can slag him and then hit him with that. So yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. So we got the butcher. We're getting all kinds of loot from this, by the way. But still, it's just like I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like the Gub. I'm looking at that pistol on screen, and it just reminds me of like the Gub. But the Gub has an awesome skin. But the Gub's very nice because it's in corrosive element, and you know, if you're running a Siren or even a Krieg, or even Gauge for that matter, you can really make the Gub really good. Even Axton and Zero are good with it. It's just a good all-around weapon. And hell, even the Gunzerker makes great use of its high magazine size. So it's just like every character has their own way of making the Gub great. But then again, it's great. It's really, really good, but it's not perfect. It's great, but not perfect. That's my opinion about the Gub. But then again, it's, you know, it's also, holy shit, dude, this controller drift is really pissing me off. Yeah, this payday, I'm definitely buying me a new controller. Obviously, just to sort of help keep gameplay at peak levels and also keep me in a happy state of mind. I hope he drops an Avenger, man. That's 2 pearls on stream. Like I'm telling you guys, man. I know who drops pearls and who don't. He is refusing to get slagged.
Stop. That's it.
Oh, I think he dropped another pearl. Hold on a minute. Whoa! Let me run over here. No. Must have. Okay, he dropped a quasar. The fastball is another good one. Too bad there was no pearlescent grenades. I really think that there should have been a Generation 3 of Pearls. I think there's a Generation 3 of Pearlescents should have been Pearlescent class mods, Pearlescent shields, Pearlescent grenade mods, and a few Pearlescent weapons. At least another Pearlescent shotgun, like a Jacob shotgun, with the same skin that the Becca and Godfinger have, and give it some crazy effect that makes it super useful. And I would have given, I would have had another. I don't know. I think a Hyperion pistol would have been pretty sweet. Honestly, just some crazy Hyperion pistol, and I would say a Titador rocket launcher would have been pretty cool to see in pearlescent format. That would have the same carbon fiber paint job or camo scheme as the Avenger. And then I'd say a pearlescent Vladov assault rifle, like a spin gun that starts off at a really high fire rate and just, you know, has and I would have it with a box magazine similar to the saw bar, or just a box magazine Vladov weapon that holds like a high capacity of like 300 rounds or some crazy shit like that, and have it regenerate ammo in the magazine or something crazy where it just has a high fire rate, high damage, low accuracy, but obviously the high fire rate and everything else would be pretty fucking, that would be pretty sick, honestly. And then I guess another gun brand, like Dahl. I would go with like a Dahl sniper rifle that would be kind of, yeah, I think a Dahl sniper rifle would be kind of a cool pearlescent, and a Malawan SMG. Yeah, that would be Generation 3 of the pearlescents. You know, honestly. There would be like 3 shields, class mods, and then like 4 grenades. Like a singularity grenade, a Torg grenade. Oh, actually I would also have a Torg pistol, believe it or not. I'd have something that can rival the Unkempt Herald. Yeah, they really needed a Generation 3 of Pearls, I think, in my opinion.
Who's next?
That is beautiful.
He dropped another butcher on stream.
Success.
I mean, it's not as good as my actual butcher, but I mean, for fuck's sake. I got like, what, 2 quasars? Yeah, we'll drop a quasar and we'll pick this up. Still, man. It's like Baba boy. See that white on the ground? I'm like, no way he dropped 2 pearls. Yeah, bro, so in my opinion, the slag butcher I got here is pretty nice. I think the butcher comes with the same barrel every time, yeah. I don't know, I like the red Hyperion. I like that tone of red on that Hyperion, on this Hyperion shotgun. I really think it's nice. Whoa, I like that I like that Torg assault rifle. Even these can spawn purple loot. It's just it's so rare. You know, I would really like to see the Vault Hunter relic. Yeah, the Vault Hunter relic for higher treasure rarity thing. It boosts up the chances of rare loot dropping by like 5%. I bet you we'd be getting tons of pearls, honestly. But I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these pearlescents in storage. We gotta go buy some more storage space. Some of these weapons are starting to get kind of useless. Not even gonna lie. And it sucks saying that because I'm not saying the weapons are useless. I'm just saying like they're starting to become kind of useless because, to a degree, I mean you can't even argue with it because it's like, you know, some of these weapons are like level 50. We're like level 73. It's like, yeah, we can't be caught with that. We gotta get rid of that so that way my level 50 characters can have more loot. I think we have an Axton that's like level 50 something, so I don't know, most of that would probably go to him because I like to hand me down my loot. If I can hand me it down, then there's the whole point of, oh, if it's even worth still having. Oh yeah, we could put some pearls in here. First, I'd like to start by putting in the corrosive bobcat, and then obviously that. This is really nice. It's I like the Varuk, but it is a low level. That needs to go in there. I'll just go sell those 2 class mods. I don't have another siren and they're the exact same thing. I have the ideal version of what I wanted because this one only has like what, 2 more gun damage more. It's like, what's gun damage? I have my badass ranks. I have, where did it say gun damage? Like the 8th one down. 369.2. So what the fuck is 2% gonna make a difference? Because it's not. That's why. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and sell these 2. Yay. The 69 bonus package, I don't really like explosives, and the bonus package is probably gonna get me killed. This thing can just go to hell. Alright, so that, alright, now we're gonna run over here and drop off some loot, and if we haven't already, then we'll just go ahead find another character to pick up this loot that we left behind in here. Which, by the way, yeah, I forgot we got the saw bar. We got the saw bar. But it's only level 63. It's a wild ass saw bar. Honestly, with Maya, this is probably one of the better assault rifles, honestly. Just because, here's the thing, its ignite chance is really low. It only has a 6% chance to ignite. But let me put it this way, the ball of fire is bound to ignite somebody. Or actually the wall of fire that you can generate with this. But it's just that factor of, well, you know, we have to account for the fact that, you know, it's like there are better saw bars with more damage and better fire damage and better fire chance, and you know there are just better ones. But the thing I will say about the saw bar it benefits the most from this 40% mag size increase. The magazine size is already high. You're increasing that magazine size by 40 fucking percent, and you've increased the reload by 50%. For fuck's sake, dude. Like, that's just... That right there, that makes the assault bar really good, just that skill alone. Now, the flicker, you're 60% more likely to cause elemental effects with a weapon. It just increases the chance by 60%. 60% of like 5 is like what, 2... like maybe 2.8%. Honestly, yeah, that's not going to make a difference, but if the chances were like a 24% chance or some shit like that, then you know, yeah, you're getting a more realistically higher likelihood of it setting someone on fire. But then again, it's the saw bar, it's gonna set them on fire. So it's not something to really worry about, but then again, it's just like,
Get out of my face!
increase the storage space by 3. There we go. There we go, so we've increased that by 3, so we'll go throw some more stuff in the bank. And, we also got the pitchfork, by the way, on stream a while back. And it's a slag pitchfork, level 70. Yeah, man, it's, the pitchfork's not bad at all, but it's, like, kind of unnecessary. For now, we're gonna put that there, and these 2 E-Tech weapons, I kind of have mixed emotions about them. Probably not gonna use them very much. That obviously has to go away. And, oh. I guess we're keeping the Varuk. But hopefully not for much longer. We can drop that Uncombed Herald when we go get another one.
So, what now?
Yeah, we need a stronger Uncombed Herald.
All those new vaults.
Dibs.
You can't call dibs on hunting hundreds of vaults.
My whole thing is we just need a Unkempt Herald that's more my level. Well, actually not really. We don't really need one like that, but I don't know, I just want a double penetrating variant that does a lot more damage than the one that we have and has, I don't know, slightly higher mag size. Just to optimize our killing, what's his face, Uranus a lot quicker. But yeah, in my opinion, someone like Maya can really benefit from, say, the storm. Savage Lee. Did he drop? He dropped the Unkempt Herald first try. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Double penetrate on stream. Holy fuck. Yo, no way. No way. No fucking way. He literally dropped a 74 double penetrating Unkempt Herald. That is fucking goated. You know why that's goated? Because quite literally, bro, for one, the double penetrating Unkempt Herald's the highest the most desired version of the Unkempt Herald. Obviously, you know, it needs this sight is the more desired version, because the sight that we got is not, oh no, I mean that's still a pretty good sight. I don't know, the sight we have is pretty good on it. But yeah, so that does a lot more damage than that. It does about an 80,000 damage difference. So I mean, like that's a decent chunk more. But that's not the point. The point is it's double penetrating, so it's doing ×2. So it's doing literally not only just 80,000 more, but that's like doing 400,000 damage, like per shot, roughly. if we're doing everything correctly, by the way. Which is just absolutely, like, in terms of damage on slagged enemies, that is just absolutely insane. Savage Lee dropped it not only the first try, and we're live streaming, and I don't use cheats. That to me is just, that right there is luck. Let's just let's kill Cassius and see what he drops, because you know he's dropped a lot of unconfirmed pearls in the past. I know he drops a lot of Avengers and storms and stuff like that. You know, obviously the storm, I like the storm. I don't think it's good with every character. I don't think it's good for Axton. I don't think it's good for what's his name, Salvador, but I think it's good for Krieg because of elemental empathy. I think it's good for Gage because it's shock element. I think it's good for Maya because it's an elemental sniper rifle and she can phase lock, and because she can phase lock, you know, you can do really powerful shit with it. And like, I'm using the storm, right? Like, this is the storm in my hands, right? Everyone's like, it's so useless, it's so useless. Well, here, watch this. It doesn't really appear to be that useless to me. I mean, it decimated him. Like, you know, it's shocking the hell out of those people. You know, like, and it's not really killing me either. You know, like, that damage I just took was not from the storm. It was actually from them shooting at me. You know, I think for all my characters, I like the O negative. It's probably my favorite grenade in the game. I don't know, grenades, it's always nice to have multiple grenades because you don't know what purpose you need them for. And the fact that you can just switch them on the fly is just kind of always kind of neat. No weapon, then I'll go ahead and I'll play, you know, devil's advocate. That is kind of a little bit useless. Is kind of the Unforgiven. And it's mostly like, okay, look, here's the thing, right? It does like a really high critical hit damage. It does like 200% critical hit damage or some crazy shit. I think someone told me 500%, but I don't believe that. I believe it is 200. And I mean that to me, if you can score like criticals, like, you know, like, as you can see, if you're decent with your accuracy and shot placement, if you're able to get good shot placement, you can really make this, like, for that critical hit, like, you can see, I mean, it might be 500, I don't know, because it's like decimating them. And it does a way higher than above damage, and it's Jacob, so it already does bonus damage. It comes in non-element, so you get mostly just raw damage out of it, but that's always good to hear. You know, honestly, what level is my shields? Shield's level 61. We need to go ahead and get ourselves a new shield. Actually, that should be the next thing we farm for. It's a new shield. But as you guys can see, it kills them pretty quick. Especially things with like a high profile critical hit zone. You know what I mean by high profile? It's just a large space that you can hit with almost anything. Then yeah, the Unforgiven's really powerful, and because if you pair it with 0 and you score a critical hit on Boar on something like the the bunker, you'll just shred it. But then again, though, to be fair, that's not the point. The point is, you know, because if that was the point, then then anyone could literally just argue, well, 0 can make anything one hit the bunker, you know, because of Boar, because Boar exists. But with that being stated, though, it really makes the pistol stand out, the Unforgiven. No. And the Infinity, in my opinion, I've always argued is the highest DPS weapon in the game, because it has literally an infinite magazine size. You cannot run out of ammo, and you can just keep on shooting. So as long as you've optimized the fire rate, your RPM and damage per second will basically be really high. And if it's in an element, then you're also dealing elemental effect damage on top of the damage you're already doing. So, in my opinion, if you run a character like Zero, and say you run that Jacob shield from the Sir Hammerlock DLC, and you have that skill to where when your shields are down, you have increased fire rate and increased gun damage, and also make it to where like your last round in the chamber does a lot of extra damage.
Hold it right there.
You know, then yeah, you could just shred the hell. I mean, here's the thing, right? We'll hit those critical hit shots, right? Pay very close attention. I mean, yeah, we were shredding him with the
Stop.
the one gun, but if you look at our critical hit damage, we're doing a lot of damage. Like we're doing in the 300Ks, like 370K. Yeah, dude, that's insane. He might have dropped a pearl. He might not have. I don't think he did. But you know, he could have. It could have been. Could have been nothing though. You know.
Goodbye.
But yeah, if we're gonna use the Unforgiven, Zero can really break this gun and make it really powerful. And that's because Two-Fang exists. I mean, you could literally like full auto dump this thing by pulling the trigger 3 times, real fast, as fast as you can. Oh my gosh, dude. So, look at this bullshit. He did drop a really good legendary. He dropped the same exact thing as before, the class mod, but he dropped an even better version of it to where it keeps everything at 5 on every skill. But it also increases my gun damage by what was it? 5 more points. So 5% doesn't make a difference, but that's 5% added on to what I'm already doing. So, you know, if that helps buff things to be more overpowered, then fuck it. That's really good. It's great. Because it doesn't compromise anything at that 5% expense. It's not compromising anything. It's only improving. So that's how I see it. Some people might not, and you know, I get that, but you know, we got to be honest with ourselves here, and you know, I think that that's powerful.
You're not as cool as you think you are.
You know, now if we get one to where it does like a 52% faster cooldown speed, you know, because obviously I'm getting that cooldown speed skill, so it's the cooldown rate's going to be so fast on the phase lock that I could just spam phase lock everybody, you know, because if you think about it, that's at 49%. Phase lock itself only takes 13 seconds to cool down. Plus you're adding 6%. So really you're doing more than just 50% at that point of 13, which by the way is less than 7 seconds. So, and granted 7 seconds is quite a long time in combat, you know, or at least it might seem like a long time, but in reality, man, I really don't even need to focus on the cooldown, you know. I could really just invest those 5 points into ward. You know, and by doing that, you know, the big thing with ward, I think the real secret to that is, you know, yeah, you're getting a fat chunk of extra shield capacity, and whilst that might not mean a whole lot to people in like the late game, you know, it's an extra 2 hits, I'd say, on your shield.
and that just increases your survival odds by, or at least an extra hit on your shield, maybe two. Depends on how much capacity your shield really has, because if it's a high capacity, then that high percentage is based on the capacity number, but also it cuts down your shield recharge delay, and it speeds up that process so quick that you can get it back. That's just really increasing your survival odds. Now, if it also increased the recharge delay by an insignificant amount of numbers on top of all that, I'd say, yeah, this shield is this shield skill is totally worth it. But then again, it's like, because it's, it's +5, I could put 1 point into it and it'd be the equivalent of the skill, being maxed out. And same thing with this, because it's like +5. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm probably going to go with this. When you take health damage, there's a chance that your attacker takes damage equal to the amount of health lost. So it's a 50% chance maxed out that I can damage my attackers. That's just overpowered because they're dealing damage equal to the amount of damage they're dealing to me. So if they dish out a fuckload of damage, they're also screwing themselves over. So I'm not sure how that works on bosses or whatnot, but yeah. This increases phase lock duration, and the thing is with that, yeah, I think we're not going to spec for that. I think what we'll do instead is we'll just snag this maxed out. And I think with the remainder we'll grab Converge, because it will pull enemies closer, and I think that with Ruin will be really good. And we'll try to put points into there. This just increases my regeneration speed of my shield, but yeah, I think we'll just do Ward, because the thing is, a little bit more shield capacity wouldn't hurt us in any way possible, and that shield recharge delay knockoff would be enough to where, I'm able to get my shield back really quick and very instantaneous, and just the ability to get it back, get it recharging itself sooner than later, increases our survival odds by a significant amount. So, well, actually by a very insignificant amount. But yeah, I mean, if that makes sense, because I mean, obviously we're gonna grab Scorn. It's a melee override, and it's more or less just a bam, but you're slagging the hell out of your enemy. I don't know. We're just gonna go grab this because at least with that we can guarantee that if our attacker takes equal damage to what they do to us, then we can drain them a lot quicker, I think, in terms of their health.
Jack must be biding his time.
Which, dude, I think that's just insane. I think that's insane that we got the double penetrating unkempt herald. You know how many times that I have farmed Torg Fendi machines for these things, and how many times I've killed that same guy over and over and over and over again for a double penetrating unkempt herald and not gotten one. To just walk up to him, hey asshole, boom, 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 and then I just hit legendary drop. I'm like, oh, he dropped an unkempt herald. Walks over to it, it's the double penetrating variation. But yeah, I think recommends would be pretty powerful. I'm pretty sure it also works on bosses. So if a boss is doing damage to you, it also does damage to him. So stuff that does constant damage to you is going to just do a little bit of damage, like say Pyro Pete, right? With the whole elemental effect bullshit. You know, it is what it is. OP level 10. So when it's overpowered level 10, I think it... Most of my weapons are OP level 10. You know one that does more. Okay, this one. Okay, the two for Unforgiven. In my opinion, this is a really good Unforgiven, and I'll tell you why. Because look, you're multiplying that number by 2, so that is 2,759,775 times 2. Now, when Zero wields this thing, this great beautiful thing, this is what it looks like. It shoots so damn quick, man. Well, at least you dump the mag so damn quick. And I'll show you how I do that. Because I run the Shadow of the Seraphs, which gives me a 31% double shot chance. Then I run Chaotic Evil Rogue, which will throw on this times plus 5. So my double shot chance is 60. 60 plus 31 is 91. So I didn't have to think about it, but for a minute there I said something, I'm like, whoa, wait a second. The first shot in a fully loaded magazine deals extra damage. So yeah, so with the Infinity, that's like a 60% boosted damage. And once you go over to this one, Fearless, when your shield's depleted, you gain gun damage and fire rate. When you do the no shield, Jacob shield, basically, then, you know, I think the Jacob shield gives you a few survival bonuses. I think it might give you a little bit of gun damage or something. So you combine that. No, I don't think so. But I think that it's you know, you combine the 15% extra damage with the 60%, and that's 75% more damage, roughly, plus a 25% fire rate boosted. Now, granted, that's what, like I said, with the Infinity, and so say, you know, that's like that. But now, let's say we got the. Do I have the Jacob shield? No, I don't. Say I have that. My shield's not depleted because I don't have a shield equipped. But anyway, so I'm gonna go snag on the B shield. Just raw amp damage. Alright, obviously we were cheesing with the North Fleet. Let me properly build this.
Yes. Goodbye.
Again, with the Unforgiven with 0, it's just a really good setup. I'll tell you why, because with the B shield, and if it's just critical hits while they're death marked, dude, and you hit Boar, and they're all slagged from death mark, dude, Brody, you just, oh man, dude, does that damage combo make high numbers, man? I'm telling you, bro, that's how you decimate the fuck out of what's his face, the bunker. And if you just don't like somebody, just slag them, then kunai them, then pull out this and score some criticals, man. Like even just base damage is pretty high, obviously, but these are overpower level 10 enemies too, so I think it's just really important. Like as you guys obviously can clearly see here, that the overpower level enemies obviously are going to fare a lot.
Second wind achieved. Pull back from the brink of the true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me. Time to go to work.
He's death mark. No, he's not death mark.
I disappear. Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill. Good. Ghosting.
Now, obviously, there are better handguns than that. I'd say the Maggie's a little bit better. Also, I mean, the Hot Mama exists. Probably one of my favorite snipers in the whole game, honestly.
Packing some real heat there.
I love the talking guns. Packing some real heat there. So obviously, you know, with Zero, I'm running the O negative. Some people might be wondering why. It's literally for survival purposes. Cause I'll be quite frank with you guys. I do not. I just don't have enough health regeneration options. My class mod, I don't have health regeneration currently active. The only time I can get health regeneration is when I go cloak, and even when I'm cloaking, it's not long enough to fully regenerate my health bar. So the O negative gets me the proper health I need, because yeah. Anyway, we're gonna try this raid boss. I guess it's a raid boss. I don't know. Oh, gotta spawn him in. Yeah, I mean, like, that's just the way I think, man, because Zero is pretty squishy.
Ready to go again, huh? You know just how to...
Alright, that's to be expected. Mostly just because A, we were already low on our second wins, so it's like, yeah, we were gonna die quickly.
Look at you go!
This fucking controller drift, I swear to God. I just want to know if I can do it, man. Because I know I don't suck ass at the game. Because if I sucked ass at the game, then I wouldn't be playing it. I don't know, he does a lot of damage. How do we... I mean, if it was double... if it was double penetrating with the right parts... I'd argue it would be way more overpowered. Dual element's kind of neat. I don't know if it's going to be good against the boss, though, but... We gotta get him slagged or something.
Goodbye. And I disappear, a ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike. My armor. The true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me. Time to go to work. Yes. I disappear. Grenade! This does not end here. I have my... Oh! Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill. Ammo depleted. A grenade. What is ghosting? I vanish. Good. Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill. I disappear. What is next?
Hey, I fucking did it, guys. I killed Cromorax the Invincible on overpower level 10.
I disappear. Impressive. Not bad. Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill.
Alright, that's it.
Ghosting.
So yeah, that was a good run. I mean, I just showed that my methods, my ideas work. Which is always good, but it's always better to make sure that my methods are at least efficient. And that's kind of sort of a small point here, is that this could be doing a lot more damage towards the enemies and just shredding them, really, and then giving me more health. And again, it's so, you know, with Zero, I needed something that can give me health to sustain this playstyle. Now, unfortunately, Cromorax, the son of Cromorax, does not really drop any pearls or legendaries. It's not guaranteed. He just drops a bunch of uncommon loot. That's how I would describe the drop. Yeah, no, he drops a couple purple items guaranteed. I think he drops like 5 purple items. It's guaranteed. Not 5, at least 4. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's, for the most part, it's pretty guaranteed that that's gonna happen. But once you get past stage 1 and just focus on just surviving after that, and stage 2 is pretty okay, but 0 is pretty squishy. In terms of just playing this mode all the time.
Well.
But then again, you know, it is what it is. You know, but when you unlock this little treasure room area, it is kind of neat. Oh shit! We got a Tunguska! We got an overpower level 10 Tunguska. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Okay. So they can drop pearls. Okay. They're just rare as fuck to drop. Okay, some E-Techs. E-Techs are kind of... They're decently rare. They're not the most rarest thing in the whole universe, though. But, yeah, the Tunguska. You know, I was totally gonna skip that treasure room, too. So, yeah, that's, we got the deep, Tunguska. So, I think we got the best possible version of it. So let me show you what the Tunguska does. You shoot it, it goes up in the air, and then boom boom. You can kill yourself with this pretty easily. If you just point at the ground, it goes up and then boom. This is honestly kind of a very strong, powerful thing to have, but you know, dude, that's so cool. We got a Tunguska on stream. It was one of the few. What? Where are they at? Oh. Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah. Like, look how much damage that shit did.
Good.
With the double shot chance being as ridiculous as it is, blast radius is too hot. Is way too wide. But honestly, yeah, it was one of the okay. It's one of the things I really wanted to like. I wish there were more pearlescent rocket launchers. Like, I wish there was an E-Tech pearlescent rocket launcher, really, to an extent. But yeah, that's so cool. We got this as 0, and we got it from the loot room. That's so cool. We got our first Tunguska on stream. Yeah, against standard enemies, no. Against certain bosses, yeah. I'd say 0 is pretty powerful. Then again, though, like, 0 can easily cheese bosses, but against standard enemies, he's just too squishy. It's not a viable enough playstyle to really have him do whatever, so I mostly just run around and cloak and just get out of sight, but that's so crazy we got the Tunguska on stream. It's just crazy because even though it's like one of the shittier pearls, it's crazy that we got it from a fucking chest is what's really crazy. It's, you know, I mean, I'll be damned. One of these days I'll come in here and there'll be a pearlescent. I'll have to screenshot that. So yeah, we killed a boss. Obviously, you know, it's not too difficult. But now we're going to go ahead and go to Mount Scarab Research, MIT Scarab Research Facility, or Center. We're going to go kill Cassius and see if he drops us a pearl. He has dropped me plenty of pearls in the past. Usually, so I'm going to show you guys the quick method for 0. The method you guys want to follow. I like using the Unkempt Herald, but then again, the Unkempt Herald is good no matter who you use. It's especially great with Gunslinger and Axton, but however, even with characters like 0, can really abuse it. And you know, people are like, you know, 0, he doesn't specialize in pistols and explosives. Well, pistols, yes, but explosives, no. But here's the trade-off with that. Is you could literally, okay, yeah, so you want to sprint through here for the most part, right? Avoid everyone. Drop down here. Alright, take some damage. You know, it's unnecessary damage, yeah, but we're going to completely evade all of this because we don't need to deal with all that right now. So here we're gonna run over here, but we're gonna run in between. Your goal is to run in between those without dying, but we were just really low in health. And just cutting through and then running through. You know, there could be enemies that spawn here. There could be a chance there's no enemies like what we got here, but there can be enemies back here. So if there are, just go ahead and throw in your cloak and then run over here to the med station and just heal up before running in. Which is just so crazy. Some people are like, what do you mean heal up before running in? It's like, well, for 0, you know, there's not much you can really do in terms of healing, and you want to conserve your supplies like grenades. Because my grenades are my healing items, because I have O negatives. Which I should try to go, I should definitely try to get a stronger O negative, because at least if it's going to do something, it should be more effective.
Your eyes deceive you. An illusion.
So he's going to do that, then we're going to hit that. He's going to jump. Okay, for one, we're gonna put this away. That's gonna get us killed.
it will split the sky in two. Oh my gosh.
I vanish.
I'm a clever
Unsurprising. Fear my skills.
I'm free.
So you dropped the legendary hunter class mod, which honestly isn't all that bad. Holy shit! Holy shit, bro. So check this bullshit out, right? We got an OP level 10 storm. But right here is a storm that's basically better in almost every aspect except the one aspect that really doesn't fucking matter. That is shock chance. Because the shock chance that we have a 100% shock chance on the one that we currently have in our hands, but this one's better at almost everything. And he dropped the affliction with the legendary class mod. That's not bad at all. That's actually, dude, that's 2 pearls back to back. Think about that, guys. A Tunguska and a Storm. Back to back pearls, man. Back to back pearls, man. What's this luck on this stream, man? Like, come on, bro. Ain't no one fucking with me. We got a double penetrating unkempt herald our first try. Okay? And now we're getting all these fucking pearlescent weapons. It's like, bro, you know, shit's whack, bro. Shit is whack. Now we definitely gotta hit these loot chests. If a pearl drops from that, I'll shit myself. No.
Not bad.
Obviously, a pearl can't drop from everything, but is what it is. The burrows. No, we can't go to the burrows. We have to go to. We gotta try to kill Uranus. Because imagine he drops me a legendary Avenger. Granted, I don't really care for the Avenger. To me, it's only really good with Axton and a few other people and certain enemies. But then again, it's more or less just the fact that, you know, it's another. It would be another pearl. But really, in actuality, the pearl lesson that I would really like would be another butcher. Honestly, a really solid butcher. Because who doesn't like the butcher? Like really, who doesn't like it? It's like one of the best shotguns in the game. We already have a butcher, don't we? Yeah, we do. But ours is only overpower level 5. So. I'm telling you guys, man, I love Borderlands, man. Borderlands 2 is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, but dude, today's luck, bro, it's like, what the fuck, man? Today's luck is like, what the fuck? Because it's so crazy. Oh, we killed ourselves. No, we didn't. Okay, the Florentine is overpower level 10, which is something that does matter to me. Because the Florentine, it's like, okay, you have to buy it, you know. It doesn't drop from an enemy. You have to purchase it. want to get a stronger B shield, honestly. Something with much higher shield capacity and a much faster recharge rate and a lot more amp damage. I'm talking like 600,000 more amp damage, because honestly, with that level, I don't know, with higher levels, what levels are B? Our B is only OP8. We can most definitely get a stronger B shield.
I move for the kill. I disappear. Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill. I am ready. My trap card.
The Florentine, in my opinion, is the best SMG. I like this gun. I like the dual element effect. I wish there was more dual elemental weapons. And I gotta admit, the shock and slag is the best combo. And I'll tell you why. Because quite literally, it will destroy the shield and get them slagged. Destroy a shield, gets them slagged. Like, that's all you gotta say. If they have a shield, that shield's gone and they're slagged. So you best believe they're gonna be taking some damage. And that's some real serious pottage you're gonna be dealing with this weapon. Not only that, but it does a high amount of damage for an elemental weapon. And you guys see how it just shreds enemies. Quite literally, it vaporizes them. A character like Maya will liquefy enemies, especially with that magazine boost. Dude, I swear to God, this fucking controller drift, bro. I swear to God, it makes me want to fucking rampage. The one down here is the shittier version. The shittier version. Let's just grab the unkempt herald. I really want a OP10 double penetrating unkempt herald with all the right parts with really high damage. Because with 0, that's just it's going to allow me to kill and obliterate things a hell of a lot quicker. I mean, I think we can destroy Uranus pretty quickly with the right shit, you know?
Goodbye.
Quasar. Bouncing Bonnie. Okay, that was hella lame. I mean, hey, it was still a legendary drop, right? I mean, like, what's the odds of our luck, right? You know, I don't know, man. I don't know a lot of things, but I do know this. 2 pearlescents, same run. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Especially if we end up getting like a times 3, or imagine if we get a Maggie. I always kind of like that like hot pink look of the E-Tech weapons. I like that hot pink look. It looks good. Alright, now we have to go back up and through there. We're gonna farm this guy, OP10. Hopefully we get a double penetrating unkempt herald, hopefully. We're gonna look through here and see if there's any useless things we can sell. Legendary hunter class mod overpower level 10. Max health. Pfft, that's a lot of max health. How much max health do we currently have? Our max health is 5 million, so plus, what is that? Plus 200,000? My car alarm's going off. Wow. Today is so beautiful, man, out there, I swear. It's so beautiful out there, man. That weather out there is so beautiful. Also, we have the also rare 94 sham. I wish there was a 96 sham.
Set out.
No, but what do you call it? Today is so beautiful, man, I swear. Like, the temperature is just right. It's not hot, it's not, there's a breeze and there's a hint of coolness in the air, but it's not too hot outside, you know, but it's decent weather to where it's like, you know, you can still feel the sun radiating, you know, wherever it hits your body, and you still feel like the sun radiating around you a little bit, but it's not overwhelming to the point where you're going to get sunburned. Like, that's a little dip in the pool, you'd still get pretty cold from the pool water, only to then have it, you know, that feeling of getting out of a pool and having sunlight touch you, you know, that feeling,
Very satisfying. But I don't know what I'm getting at. I just like good weather. I think spring and fall are the best weather. Winter is really awesome. I love winter weather. But that's just because I like the indoors, you know. I just like sitting around, chilling inside. And winter, it just feels more natural to do that. But then, you know, in winter when I walk around in the woods, it's a lot easier to get lost in the wintertime in the woods. Because, you know, with the snow and everything, you can really lose track of where you're at. At least that's the common issue I had going through the woods. But then again, it's like, especially if it snows, it covers up your tracks. It's hard to retrack where you went, and if you go too far and not paying attention, you can lose track of where exactly you know what side you came from, or whatever.
To my weaponry. Yes. Assassins never die. Huh? Huh.
The gunner ring. Oh, I don't want the gunner ring. The gunner ring can, in fact, get you killed. Like, let me go ahead and demonstrate that. Really quickly. I'm gonna throw it. Watch, it's gonna come back. Now you might say, oh, well, you had low health. I'll show you how much damage this gunner ring does when it effectively detonates next to its target.
We wish you luck in getting revenge on those who killed you, unless you were killed by Hyperion personnel.
Your mistake.
That's full health. So the gunner ring will kill you. That's why I just don't see it having a purpose at all. To me, the gimmick is too stupid. Now, if it came back and didn't kill you and just gave you extra ammo, you know, maybe, but nah, fam, it's useless. Apart from the fact that it looks really cool, it's useless. I'm sorry, guys, it's useless. Now, granted, it doesn't mean that the gunner ring's not a bad concept. It just means that the gunner ring, in practicality, is useless. Oh, we also got a Necromancer class mod. Okay, so he dropped he dropped 2 class mods and the gunner ring. Okay, that's like 3 legendaries, man. You know? Not too bad. Let's see what we get outside of there.
Imagine we get a pearl from one of these. Hyperion closet things. I don't know. Now, in my opinion, though, a really strong double penetrating uncapped herald will seriously just help me cheese this boss. I really, really want what's it called? The Carnage. I think though with Axton the Carnage could be pretty powerful with Krieg. Like, this game has so much content, and honestly, it's just like, I get it, we're only farming one boss, we're not doing a full farm run. That's also because I'm really fucking tired. It's 10. I got work tonight. I get paid later tonight, guys. That's why I'm debating what to do with my money. I think I'm gonna go to the massage parlor and get me a new controller, because honestly, fam, it is what it is. But,
And I disappear, a ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike. The true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me. Time to go to work. Stealth. My armor, I disappear. I feel the burning, eating through my equipment. Must stop, drop, and roll.
I know he dropped a legendary, he might have dropped a pearl. If it's an Unforgiven, we'll pick it up. If if it's an Unforgiven, we'll only pick it up if it's better than the current.
Channeling your post-death frustration into pre-death vengeful action.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! He dropped a Skull Masher? Shit, we need that. Oh, we needed that. Holy fuck. Bro, that's based. The Skull Masher, dude. Holy fuck. If that was the only thing he dropped, bro, I'm willing to accept that. I think you gotta kill Bloodwing for the Skull Masher, if I'm not mistaken. And Bloodwing has a really low chance of it dropping. Holy shit. Obviously times 5, but that's like 5 million damage. Hold on. It does...
1,141,199 damage times 5. Dude, that's utterly insane. Now imagine if we got like a times 10 version, then that would be like the most OP version possible. But this is precisely what I've wanted for a while now for Zero, an OP10 Skull Masher. And here's the crazy thing, right? We can just farm this asshole and he's gonna drop us OP10 loot. And he can drop everything. He can drop anything. Except for Gen 2 Pearls and Seraph weapons. But that's obvious because he's not a Seraph boss. And if he was, then he'd be a real pain in the ass. But since he don't drop Seraph crystals or Seraph weapons, that's fine too. Now Seraph weapons are pretty strong. All of them are strong, at least to some degree or whatnot, but some are more useful than the other. I think the Seeker was kind of a shitty one, but the Florentine, this gun here, is a Seraph weapon, and I'm an advocate for the Seraphs. I think they're the most powerful loot in the game. Pearls, there are some good ones, there are some bad ones. But obviously, you know, Seraph weapons, Seraphim weapons or whatever, like the Florentine and the Tattler, I think is what it was. It was like a fire elemented submachine gun, really powerful.
Goodbye. The true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me. Time to go to work. Yes. How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches. Good. And I disappear. A ghost amidst the combat. Preparing to strike. Sucker. Not bad.
So we got the Flying Impaler. I think that just means it has a better fire rate. I don't know, it's set up the way I'd want the Impaler, you know? It's set up with the right barrel, the right grip, the right, sight. I know, it's not my favorite, so we'll just drop it for someone else. Or, you know, it is what it is. It's just mediocre. This is like... To my knowledge, I don't really know much about the Impaler. Or the Emperor. All I know is, I think it was just one of those, like, early legendary... I think this was one of, like, the few early legendaries that they developed, because really all it is just your standard dull submachine gun with higher than above average accuracy and damage and just better stats in general. So it's just a really souped up dull SMG, and there's nothing really that special about it apart from the unique skin and the name. And I think when you aim down sight, I think it also increases fire rate because it's like really sprays down range, but you know, with a character like Zero, because when you're aimed down sight, and obviously you're getting that accuracy and that recoil reduction, but it turns it to burst. I think your overall effectiveness with crits with that is pretty high. I also think it might even do more critical hit damage as well. Just I don't know if that's true or not, but I think just it was one of those legendaries that are just better than all the other versions of that SMG, and so it's like the best possible version to have. Hell, the bullets might even travel faster, so it just might have like something about it that seems to do a little bit better than the standard version with above average stats. So, but then again, I don't know what the Emperor really does, but either way, it's not great enough for me to be all excited about. So, unfortunately, the Skullmasher was not good against that boss because, well, it's really better against individual targets. And we can go ahead and test that, but man, I'm really wanting him to drop like a Stalker or something. Because really the Stalker with Boar and just multiple enemies like Hyperius, I just see that being super powerful because of all the ricocheting rounds where you're hitting enemies and doing Boar and that damage stacking. I just see that is just one of the more effective all around setups.
What is next? Come on. Munitions dry.
What? Okay, that butcher sucks, dude. Like, that's one of the better shotguns and it's not decimating him.
Hyperion says life is for living, and death is for running from at all costs.
Key point is just keep enough ammo for this pistol.
How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches. Yes. Bow to my weaponry. And I disappear, a ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike.
Why did you drop me a bear cap? It was a dull pearl assault rifle.
A new instrument, waiting for a sonata that I will conduct.
Yep, actually it was the patrol bearcat. So the patrol bearcat just has a vertical grip. It's got a nice holographic sight. It's got a wire stock similar to that of like an M2 card, an M1A2 carbine. I don't know.
It's pretty stellar.
I disappear.
He killed us.
What is next?
So this version does a lot more damage than that version, so we'll drop the OP4 version. Because honestly, who cares about OP4? So there's a purple weapon in that. I still don't believe legendary weapons can spawn from that. And if he's gonna keep on dropping legendary loot. It'd be fucking insane if he drops an OP10 B shield. If you think about it, that'll help me out probably the most. Because of the extra amp damage and shield capacity, it would really just keep me surviving. Here's the thing though, right? Like, I'm already doing a lot of amp damage. Like, amp damage plus 4 million. And let's evaluate that. That's plus 4 million amp damage. If it goes much higher than that, to like 6 million, then that's like, then this gun right here that does 2 million damage per shot, that's like doing the equivalent of like 8 million damage. And that's if, mind you, that this is a standard unkempt herald. If we find one with more damage in a ×2, along with a 6 million amp damage, we could do up to 10 million damage.
Stealth. Nice try, savages. I am not the dying. Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill. Good. My armor.
Repairs needed.
So I killed him. Did he not drop anything at OP10? Because OP10's like when pearls are like able to be gotten. Believe it or not, when you're on OP10, pearls drop way more often on OP10. Included legendaries, it's like almost a guaranteed that in almost every location there's a large chance a legendary might spawn. Okay, he definitely dropped a legendary. The striker overpower level 8? want.
Nice.
We don't want that. That's dog shit. He dropped us an OP8 striker. That's dog shit. Come on, he dropped me something else. What else did he drop me? I refuse to accept this. Double shot chance is 100%. It shoots 2 shots. Like my fucking reload speed's not cracked enough to take full advantage of this. Let's hope a pearl spawns in one of these loot sources. I'd be damned.
Maybe I'll use you. To blow a midget's head off. Or maybe I won't.
So in the stream we got a Tunguska, we got a Storm, we got a bunch of shit with Maya. I'm telling you guys, I've been getting these damn pearls. And, you know, so what if this character doesn't drop Seraph weapons? I mean, you know, you can only drop Seraph weapons if you're a Seraph Guardian. And it's like, you know, he's not a Seraph Guardian, so I don't expect anything too hectic or crazy. Now there is that creature, the WTF thing on what's the map called? On what do you call it? On the raid on Digistruct Peak. He'll usually drop Gen 2 Gen 2 pearls. So and it's usually like 99% guaranteed.
I vanish. I feel the burning eating through my equipment. Must stop, drop, and roll.
Alright, we died. I think he dropped another shitty legendary weapon, so we'll just have to go back there and see what exactly he dropped. I cannot believe we killed Son of Promerax. OP10. That's what got me. That got me all the way fucked up. Think about it, like, you know, he's got some pretty big critical hit joint, you know, spots. Joints, whatever, yeah. Oh, we got a saw bar. Awesome. He dropped a pearl. Telling you, bro, we'll be getting these damn pearlescents.
Well, well.
Is it OP10? That's over power level 9. I do like the scope on there though. Looks really nice. So from here to the boxes. No, from here to that. It spreads out and creates a wall of fire in the sky. A wall of fire. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna go farm for a better B shield. Let's go try to get a better B shield and let's go try to get a Unkept Herald. Now mind you, if I was running the Ultimate Vault Hunter Relic or whatever, then yeah, the chances of shit dropping would increase. But yeah, if we get a stronger B shield, then for one, yeah, I mean, if we're dealing closer to like 6.3 million amp damage, that'll be, I think, quite worth it.
Goodbye. Greetings, badass.
Target in sights.
I enjoyed that.
If he can drop me a B shield, we'd be fucking goated. Because I honestly think an overpower level 10 beast shield would be pretty fucking beast. My whole reasoning is A, higher shield capacity. And the thing about that is, it's like, well, if I have a higher shield capacity, I can possibly take more shots before dying. Or before it depletes, which is higher survivability. And with zero survivability is a humongous thing. Apart from that, though, you know, you're also looking at higher amp damage, so part of the whole gimmick with my current zero build is the amp damage plus critical hit plus kunai. Because my death, you know, obviously I marked my enemy for death. So it's like, you know, that amount of damage I'd be able to do to him, to my enemy, would be ridiculously high. Alright, at this point we're really gonna be starting to check lockers and shit. Because honestly, as much as I'd like to be a badass and skip all this nonsense, that's what a lot of it is, man. One day I could get a pearlescent from a locker room, and if that day could be today, man, I might be able to get it on stream, perhaps. You know, that way I have a story to back it. If I can prove something to somebody, then, you know, it means something. Because we all know that from a loot source can spawn a pearl.
Throwing grenade.
No! What's happening
Goodbye.
now? Bastard!
My skills
The
are
horror!
sharp.
The horror! Hey, Keith! Get out of the booth! Yes! I don't want to hurt you.
Now to my weaponry.
Sorry. I'm free.
Damn. That's exactly what Maya needs, a 55 cooldown.
Not bad.
Our cooldown rate on here is 50% cooldown rate, critical damage, reload speed's pretty high. We did drop 2 legendaries, but they were class mods that I don't really need. The most I can do is do the legendary hunter, run back, compare and contrast the two. I think this one's going to be stronger. Only the cooldown rate is stronger, the rest are better. Although, yeah. I don't know, guys, we got really lucky with our Unkempt Herald drop. So if we get a second double penetrating Unkempt Herald first try,
I'm just gonna fucking, like, I'm actually gonna run around my house screaming like a little girl.
Why loot the dead when you can buy from me?
Hey y'all, welcome to the new and improved Catch a Ride. Now, 47% more than 26% death annually. That is now.
And I disappear. A ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike. Ow.
The saw bar will literally like delete enemies. To anyone who ever says this gun is trash or critiques this gun to some crazy extent, it's like you don't know this weapon. I think the pearls are actually really good. So I disagree with a lot of people. And that's okay. But then again though, for me my standards are a lot lower.
Ain't nothing like squishing bitches under your tires, man.
Alright, so
Ghosting.
he might drop the unkept herald because we've been getting some good drops.
I vanish. Yes.
He died.
The Hyperion Corporation respects all forms of life, so long as they pass a credit check.
The true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me.